In a previous video, we've seen how a blockchain keeps a shared, tamper-evident record. Now comes the obvious question, but what can you actually do with blockchain? It should also be clear by now that blockchain doesn't simply mean moving digital money, but moving anything digital with proof of authenticity. This opens up massive possibilities. The real breakthrough comes with something called smart contracts. We know how a regular contract usually works. Two parties agree on terms, sign papers, then hope everyone follows through. Smart contracts are different. They're agreements written in code that execute themselves automatically when conditions are met. If condition X is met, then action Y executes automatically. No need for clerks to make it happen. Here's a simple example. Emma wants to rent an apartment from David. Instead of the usual paperwork and hoping that everyone involved respects their part of the deal, they create a smart contract. When Emma's payment hits the blockchain, then the digital lock opens automatically. On public networks, these live on chain and execute exactly as written. Used well, they automate things like escrow for freelance work, ticket refunds, microgrants, or multi-sig approvals. They need careful security review before launch, because once deployed, changes require an upgrade mechanism or a migration. SourceLess has developed the Aries layer, a smart contract engine designed to script common actions like voting, crowdfunding, auctions, or multi-sig and interoperate with other chains. It's a practical way to automate agreements across apps in the ecosystem. NFTs are unique entries on a blockchain that prove ownership of something digital or linked to real-world assets. The digital album from a few years ago was just one of the uses. The same one-of-one principle works for memberships, for product IDs, certificates, domain names, and so much more. The real value comes from the transferable and verifiable proof behind it. Also, owners can choose what, if anything, they reveal about their identity. A WNFT, or a web NFT, is the on-chain deed to an STR domain. It records lifetime ownership of that domain, and will come back to what the domain does in the identity section. With blockchain, instead of scattering your personal data across multiple platforms, you can keep an identity that you control and prove things about yourself only when needed, like age, credentials, a diploma, a license, without exposing everything else. Teams and projects use this for faster onboarding, for private access, or verifiable certificates. SourceLess, your STR domain is your Web3 passport. Identity, wallet, and access in one place. The domain's ownership is recorded on-chain, and proof of existence lets others verify files or credentials while the content stays encrypted and private. KYC AML unlocks full functionality without putting personal data on-chain. The digital identity of your STR domain is designed to integrate with the entire SourceLess ecosystem. This means the ability to sign, pay, and connect with apps and platforms like STR Talk or Ccoin Finance. Full integration is underway and will roll out in stages as new components come online. Blockchains are good at provenance, a traceable trail from origin to shelf, organic products, medical devices, luxury goods. Each handoff can be recorded so buyers, regulators, or partners can verify the path later. That means you can trace your coffee from the exact farm in Ethiopia to your cup. Every step from harvest and processing to shipping and roasting gets recorded permanently. No more wondering if that organic label is the real thing. Basically, you get fewer trust me spreadsheets and more shared facts that everyone can check. Whether we talk about cross-border payouts, remittances, revenue splits, or instant settlements, blockchains cut not only the middleman, but the often 3 days delay pattern. Fees and speed may vary depending on the network, but the flow remains the same. You send, the network receives, all done in a matter of minutes or even seconds. With Sequoia Finance, SourceLess combines cards with on-chain assets so users can move between fiat and crypto without needing multiple apps or services. Identity is anchored to STR domain, swaps route through the hybrid exchange. Blockchain as a service makes blockchain technology useful for regular people or any business and organization by allowing them to create and run their own decentralized applications and smart contracts without needing to manage the complex infrastructure behind them. In the SourceLess ecosystem, this capability is built in. The SourceLess blockchain, Aries Lang, the SLNN mesh, together they provide a complete blockchain as service environment where developers can deploy applications, integrate identity, data, finance layers, and connect securely through a hybrid Web3 network. The system also includes Aries AI, a personal assistant to help you build smart contracts without needing to code. You can use it to create voting systems for your community, set up crowdfunding for projects, start a marketplace, and basically for any other task and purpose you can think of. This transformation is happening across all major industries. In real estate, for example, instead of weeks of paperwork to buy a house, the entire transaction can be done much faster through smart contracts, with the deed being transferred automatically once the payment is done, which makes property ownership just as simple as sending an email. In the automotive industry, blockchain can store a secure digital history of your vehicle. That means you get the real mileage, all the repairs, all the services, and each entry is confirmed by the authorized service centers that worked on it. This model is already applied by SourceLess Motorsport. Each car gets its own digital identity on the blockchain. From driving data to service visits, from sign telemetry to important part changes, everything is added to this record and can be linked to the owner's STR domain. When the car is sold, the buyer simply checks this history instead of relying on whatever claims or story were told. Blockchain can be used in healthcare, where your medical records can also be stored as a secure digital file. You decide who can see which parts, and in emergencies, authorized doctors can get immediate access, while insurance companies or other entities only receive the data you have agreed to share. AriesMed puts this into practice with blockchain-secured records, consent-based sharing, and real-time medical tools, so care teams get the right data at the right time, every time. Energy companies use blockchain to let neighbors sell solar power directly to each other. If your rooftop produces extra electricity, the system can automatically sell it to someone else at a fair price without any middleman involved. If you look at all these examples, they have one thing in common: a simple need that people and organizations share, to be able to rely on the same data. Blockchain gives them exactly that: a shared record they can trust. Everyone sees the same thing, the same record, and it's extremely hard to tamper with. And you can link simple rules to it so that money or data only moves when those rules are met. That's the foundation behind everything that blockchain is starting to change. But what's happening here is bigger than any individual applications. We're seeing the emergence of programmable money and programmable agreements. Traditional contracts that we keep on paper need courts and lawyers to enforce. Smart contracts enforce themselves. A freelancer can get paid automatically when a client approves a milestone. A crowdfunding campaign can either send funds directly to the creator when a goal is reached, or refund everyone without needing someone to manually handle the process. An electric car or charging station can pay or get paid in very small amounts as energy is used, instead of dealing with a monthly invoice. Traditional business models rely on centralized entities and intermediaries to build trust and handle complexity. Blockchain applications, on the other hand, build that trust and much of that complexity directly into the technology itself. But beyond faster payments and better record keeping, we're talking about fundamentally new ways to organize economic activity. The same technology that started with digital money is now transforming the way we think about ownership, agreements, connectivity, and trust itself. This is just a starting point for what blockchain technology can actually do. But it's a good starting point, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.